Denzel, you work with energies, channeling of energies, and I'm a little curious about the concept of distant healing. I mean,
Okay.
how does that work when you're working with energies? I mean, does energy travel? Does it transcend time and
Okay.
space?
Yeah.
How
Easy
does
to
it work?
answer. Very easy to answer. A lot of times
Okay.
you are thinking about your cousin who stays in New York, right?
Yes.
It's 11 o'clock in the night and you're
And I get a
thinking
phone
about
call.
her and you get a phone call from her. That's
Yes.
energy transfer.
It's happened.
That's energy
I,
transfer.
I got my answer.
So it happens like
That's
that.
very
It's the
quantum.
yeah, it is quantum. It's I think if you actually listen to the Shiva Sutras, a lot of them talk about quantum energy that we are now beginning to discover for ourselves as a human
Correct.
race that
Yes.
existed 10,000 years ago, and people knew about it. It's not that
Yes.
people didn't know about it. We are
Yes.
just
Yes.
beginning to explore the beginning of it. Like a very interesting thing
Yes.
with Prashant, Prashant, I'm doing a very interesting project, not project, I'm doing it for myself right now, is on basically Anulom Vilom. Okay. And how uh, within this cavity of your nose, when you block it, there is nitric oxide which is released. Okay. That nitric oxide is a vasodilator. Now, American science today is coming out and saying that this nitric oxide that you're talking about is what is helping us fight COVID, because in America, they're giving nitrous oxide to patients of COVID-19. And as
Wow.
a normal routine in pranayam, जब हम block करते हैं, जब hold करते हैं breath को, we are sending nitric oxide into our body to vasodilate for ourselves. And we knew this
Oh,
3,000 years ago. And the world is coming to know about it now.
right.
So,
Right.
that's the level. So I'm just saying, in terms of transferring energy, yes, energy is transmutable at any point in time. And we've known this for yonks. As long as there's
Hmm.
been, a civilization in our country, we have known these principles. The West is just coming
Yes.
to
Yes.
know them. I mean, in the East, I'm not only talking about India, in China, in Japan, a lot of the cultures in South America, people know all of this.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It's the fancy American world and the European world that is now coming to figure out, because modern science is telling them that, yes, this is the way. But it actually, if they just go back 2,000 years and read our scriptures, they will know a lot more than they know right now.
Yes. True. Wonderful. So, Prashant, coming to you, I have seen your transition. I've known you for years now, and being from a corporate guy to now a yoga guru. Um, so, look back now. Any regrets
Oh, no,
leaving
no,
your
no,
corporate life behind?
no, not.
How has it been for you, this experience, Prashant?
Oh, it's been a really, really happy journey for me, this transition. And I, not even for a moment, I regret that I have taken this as my profession now. And I am, in fact, more happier than ever. Because, yeah, I mean, I was in corporate for about 18, 19 years. And so even then, though I was practicing yoga, that was helping me, handle the stresses of the corporate life. However, there was still like a void in me that there was some kind of calling. There was some kind of a calling. See, there are a lot of things when you believe in, and when that has a contradiction in your work life, then it doesn't settle well. It just works negatively on you. So the
Hmm.
kind, for example, I'll tell you a simple thing. I was in my last part of my years of corporate life. I was more associated with sales, IT sales. So in sales, there is this some kind of a thing like insatiable requirement of selling more. There is always a demand which never ends. So if there is some target given, so that target is achieved, then either the company or the people who are responsible for creating the target, they are not happy with really happy with achieving that, but instead raise the bar, and make a little more space to create more targets. So it's like one wave is hit you, another bigger wave is going to hit you again. So it's like that, that. So somewhere in my work, I never felt that content feeling, that satisfaction when I come back home, that I have done something and I have made sure that my work was completed to my perfection. It was never there. Even if I had to get that feeling, it used to be destroyed by the higher ups or whatever it is. So these kind of things were happening, and because this calling was there, that that I, whenever it used to be with my work, I used to apply my ideologies of what I have gained through yoga in my work. So many times it was not accepted, or many times it has been accepted also. But all said and done, I wanted to have my life with live a life of contentment, and I really wanted to live and teach what I believe in, and this was the best platform which I was already was going into or already
Right.
practiced. So that's when I
Yes.
just decided and then came into this. So I'm happy, very happy.
And Denzel, you have a similar experience and a similar story to share, right? Being in the media business, any
Completely.
regrets? You've
None at
completely
all.
transited.
I don't think I'll ever have regrets. I've been very lucky. I'm blessed. I think because I always got to follow my passion and do what I wanted to do best. And I
Right.
think you have to be in a blessed space for that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so
It's beautiful.
basically a little quick, and I started out in sales, like Prashant was saying, and I was the top of the rung in terms of sales. I was with a company called Modi Xerox, and then I quit it all and started off with television, and I love television while I was at it. And now I think this is the third phase of my life, and I love it, and I'll never have regrets because I'm doing what I want to do, and
Absolutely.
I'm in gratitude that I've been given that opportunity.
Wow, that's beautiful. Payal, you have a similar story, right? I mean, yoga, you started 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I've been doing it for quite some time. Like as a child, I used to do it when I was in school, and I've been doing all the time. But I
Right.
think it's during I had this I had a very tough phase of Bell's palsy called facial paralysis, which I
Yes,
used to do a
yes.
lot of pranayam at that time. So, and during that time, I started doing this vinyasa style of yoga with a teacher,
Right.
where it really changed the outlook, of yoga, of practicing yoga. So I was so carried away the way he taught me and everything, and I was so passionate about it at that time. So I had to, I just had to go learn, do a teacher training just for starting to teach. It's the passion, which I had. So that's how I became a teacher. But that's not the end, teacher is just a certificate. So people ask you, like, are you a certified teacher? But it's the passion for yoga, like when you're passionate about something, you put your whole heart to it to teach your students. Even you do whatever you want, you have to do it the best. Today, even when I take a class, I know that if it's not fine, I won't be happy. So it's it's just the passion about yoga I have. It makes me so happy by the end of the day. So that's how it goes
Yes.
for me. Yeah.
So all of you are actually following your passion, at the end of the
Yeah.
day. Yeah. So Denzel, we speak of spirituality, sorry, were you going to say something?
I was saying,
I
so
think
are you. I was going to say, so are you, Pooja.
I laugh. Yeah, Denzel, these days everybody's using the word spirituality, like, it's so overrated. But still, there is a connection. We can't deny it, between Reiki and spirituality. Like, what do you have to say about that? I mean, how is it connected? How is it linked?
Okay, the word spirit comes from energy in any form. I mean, even if we're looking at teacher special, it still is a spirit, and spirit is energy. So, irrespective of where you are, you cannot separate the word energy from the word spirit.
Okay.
I mean, if I say that you have great spirit, that essentially means that your energy is very high. So, spirituality and energy is completely linked. I mean, and it actually starts with our breath. It starts with pran. That's the basis of everything. Because
So every Reiki healer is a spiritual person as well. Have to be, right?
I wouldn't know. No. Every Reiki healer might not be a spiritual person. I mean, yes, it takes all to make the world. But I'd say that if the person is focused well enough and understands what he or she is doing, then certainly
Yes.
the energy and the spirit travel together. I use when I'm doing something like this, I use a lot of religion within it. Also, I'm very blessed that I have a working knowledge of a lot of religions, so it becomes easier for me. But yes, belief is what you need to create. And belief comes from the spirit. It comes from your spiritualism. It doesn't necessarily come from your religion. How do you believe in God? Who is he to you? Or who is she to you? Is the basis of everything. It's not necessarily
Right.
that वो मंदिर में विराज हैं, ये जरूरी नहीं है, पर आपके दिल में विराज होने चाहिए. That's where you should be.
Yes.
So that's the
Yes.
basis of it. That's spirituality. And
Right.
yes, that is completely linked.
So Prashant, Denzel just spoke about religion as religion, God. Yeah, this is what you were talking about. So, but a lot of people, Prashant, are quite apprehensive. No, they say ki if you do yoga, it's a very it's only for the Hindus or it's only for a certain religious sect. Yeah, Denzel.
Every day of my life. Okay, this is the story of my life. I'm actually doing a set of classes with somebody in England. Okay, and I did the Om with them about 3 days ago. And they said, isn't that Hindu? I said, no, it is a sound. It is the universal sound. It so happens that we as a people or as a culture or as a religion discovered it. But it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to everybody. And that's the beauty of it. So sorry, I just wanted to interrupt just to put this in place.
No, that's totally
but Prashant,
fine.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there is no religion connected to this, and there is no religion connected to even the spirituality. Like spirituality, as Denzel said, it starts from the energy, and everyone has the energy. So, and spirituality can be unique to everyone, and it can come, or you can experience it in different levels at different times. It need not be that, I experienced some kind of spiritual gratitude today, and you should also experience it. Or I think that is the right way of experiencing it. That is totally wrong, because everyone experiences it in different levels, different intensity for that matter. So it is absolutely unique, to every individual, and it has nothing to do with the religion. Religion sometimes can give you a good push, to experience a spirituality. But religion doesn't necessarily mean spirituality. And also it can be an amalgamation of many religions, multiple ideologies, multiple experiences from different religions can come together and give you a unique spirituality.
Absolutely. And I think, yes, there is definitely a connection between religion and spirituality as well. It depends about how you perceive things.
Yes.
And also, all of us are on different, we're all souls on different journeys. Each one of us has a soul path that we are following. So everything will be our own unique experience on that soul path of spirituality.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at it.
Yes, absolutely. And that is why it is so unique to everyone.
Yes.
And when the experience happens, you need to accept that. You need to embrace it. That's another part of it. Because many people have been, have this mental block, and many people have been, enforced with certain ideologies or doctrines which can actually
Yeah.
block the kind of spirituality they want or they were about to experience. So that comes with knowledge again. That comes with knowledge. So the more you're knowledgeable about, the spirituality and the understanding about things around you, and your whole life learning and what you unlearn. There are certain things which we are resistant to unlearn. So you are supposed to unlearn. What is not required to you, what is bothering you.
Right.
So it comes with knowledge, and if your knowledge is better, then your mind is clarified, and then you will have a better spiritual experience with. And spirituality again, as sometimes it comes with the life experience. It just doesn't happen because you read something, because it has, your whole life is poured into it. So, and then you
Yes.
experience that, then you experience that bliss, and then you get stuck to it. So I think that's
True.
Absolutely.
what I can say about spirituality.
I think the knowledge is an essential part, because basically one of the yogas I think is Jnana Yoga, if I'm not mistaken. Intellectually, if you understand something and through yoga you put it into practice, and then you get an experience out of that. So I think even knowledge is a very important aspect, is also one part of yoga, right?
Yes, yes.
Very important, very
It's
important.
important, yeah, right. So, Payal, one last word for everyone. Okay, we have a pandemic situation. People are self-isolating themselves. They have different passions to follow. There are people I know, they're learning to cook, or they are reading, or they are learning something else. How do you think they can make the best use of this with yoga? I mean, how do you inspire people in these times? What do you have to say for them? Is there a message you can send out to people?
I
How
didn't
they
get the last
can,
bit. What did you? I didn't get you. Your voice is breaking.
okay, so people, how they can use yoga, how they can even start, how you can inspire them. Do you have something to say to them, how they can benefit themselves, especially during these times when, they're all self-isolated themselves, they're in their homes?
So it's very difficult to motivate yourself during these times. Maybe the easiest option would be join a yoga class or something with a set of
An online
instructions which would
class. Yes.
help you, like an
Yes.
online class or something. Because during these
Correct.
times you're very stressed out with a lot of things in your life which is happening right now, which
Absolutely.
has not been happening. So maybe the easiest option would be join a yoga class, which would keep you a lot more calmer. A lot goes with, yeah.
Yes, yes. And Denzel, are you doing distant healing as well for
Yeah,
people?
but more than that, yoga. I think that it's a very opportune time for the world to learn yoga, and the reason being that normally people who go to the gym cannot go to the gym.
Hmm.
However, they can do yoga. So
Yeah.
Yes,
that's a good fit for everybody right now, because it helps you
yes,
stay
true.
fit. It also gives you a complete body workout, depending of
Yes.
course on the asanas that you're doing, but it gives you that. So yes, that's certainly there. And as far as the any kind of healing is concerned, I think the world is in need of healing right now more than it ever did
Absolutely.
in its
Yes.
recent history, at least over the last 100 or so years. So yes, there is a lot that can be done, and people are now very much more open to the fact that there are different forms of healing that can take place over and above Western science, and that's a good thing.
Yes, this is the time for healers. This is the time for
Yes.
all of you to heal
I
with us.
also I also
Prashant,
think that I also
how would
think that
you?
at the
Yes,
end of this, whenever it ends, I none of us really know, though we all have Ankara and Anuman. But when this ends, I think the world will be a more spiritual place. Is how I look at it.
you agree with that, Prashant?
Yes, I do agree with that, because this has taught us a good lesson,
Yes.
and this has taught us, how to be prepared, for these kind of times, and how to make sure that we keep ourselves healthy, in terms of our mind and body. And this is the time I think people should start thinking of yoga as the one-stop healer for the present situation. In fact, because there are a lot of advantages to this. If you look at it, there are logistic advantages to this, because one thing is that you're sitting at home and all you need is that you just need a device, an internet connection to log into your device, and at the comfort of your home you can perform and practice these yoga asanas and practice pranayama, and all you require is nothing. All you require is you giving the time for it and your mind involvement in it to do it. And there are no props, there are no equipments, nothing is required. All you need is just a mat. And so people should just start think think in terms of understanding that how simple it is to, first of all, to get involved in it, and second, just let the teachers, the yoga teachers, help them guide and help them practice. And it is as easy as that. And that will help them, first of all, to get their mind, in line with, the positivity, and their physicality will become better. They'll get the real strength required at these times. And then the immunity from within, you develop the immunity will not come from somewhere else. It should come from within. It will not come from just popping in pills. Your immunity has to develop from within. So
Absolutely.
that's what we'll help you with.
Yes, thank you so much, all of you. I think we are running out of time, Denzel. And I want to leave you all with one favorite song, which I always do, right? The world, make it a better place for you and me. I think it's very much required right now.
That's
and
right.
You are the guys who are going to be doing that. So thank you so much for this. I hope whoever listens to this gets inspired in some way and they try to transform their lives through yoga and Reiki and every other, alternate way of lifestyle, which is very beneficial for us, especially at these times. So thank you so much. And
Thank you.
we'll see you again. We'll come up with yet another session of ours. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and do a lot of yoga and learn Reiki. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.